All right, you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to come on here tonight. We're really excited. My name is Lindsay and Allie, and we're going to be taking you through the call, and it's going to be 30 minutes. We're basically going to change it up this time. So if you've been on one of these before, if you've checked into coaching before, we've decided to do like a rapid fire Q&A. So we're going to ask each other some questions. We're going to throw out the answers. You'll be able to learn a little bit more about us and where we were kind of before coaching, what our fears were and all of that, and where it has taken us. And where it's taken us is pretty freaking amazing. So stay tuned, because at the end of the call, Allie is going to be sharing something really exciting that we're really pumped about. And I guess where I'll start with this is just kind of give you guys, if you're new to this, if you're just checking this out for the first time, I really want to take you through basically like, what is a coach? So maybe you're here, somebody connected with you, and you're like, what exactly is this even about? So what do? You've probably followed the person that invited you here, and you see that we're posting and we're sharing on our social media every day, right? We're showing up, we're working out, and that's what we do. So the number one priority that we have as a coach is to focus on ourselves and focus on our own journeys. And when you do that, it just feels so good. No one says it's going to be easy. It wasn't easy for me in the beginning, but that's what we do. Focus on ourselves. We share that on social media. We connect with other people through our posts and what we're sharing, and we help them. So basically, we're growing as a person, and we get to help other people feel amazing. We're not nutritionists. We're not personal trainers. We're basically people's cheerleaders, and we partner with Beachbody, and we get to use their tools and everything that they've created, which is incredible. And we get to put those in the hands of people and help them change their lives. And that's what we do. I don't think I missed everything. We'll take you into more details when we go through our rapid Q&A, which I'm really excited about. Allie, did I miss anything there?
No.
That's pretty good. Okay. And you grow
questions too. Post in the chat, because we just want to make sure we get it all out. Like, we are open book. So if there's something we don't touch on, I want to make sure we answer your questions. So type them in the chat and we'll check that.
Yes, definitely. The chat is just at the bottom. Well, it says chat. Okay. I also got like 0 sleep from baby last night. Baby 3. Okay. So I'm going to ask the questions. I'll ask them to Allie, and then she'll answer, and then I'll go ahead and answer mine. And it's funny because I feel like we'll probably have some really similar things. Yeah. So just stay tuned and you'll see. But it blows my mind when we go through this, like where and what this has done for us. So,
and you'll attract people to you that are like you, similar to you. That's why me and Lindsay will have so many of the same answers, because I'm Lindsay's coach. So like, we are so similar in many ways, and it's because like what you put out is what you get back, and it makes this business so much fun because you get to work with people similar to you. It's like your friends.
Yes, that's one thing I'll say now that we're gonna, before we start this rapid Q&A, some people think like, well, I don't have anything to share, or I don't know what I would post about. And it doesn't, you just have to be you. And that's really where the beauty of this business comes in. You don't have to be anything else. You just share you, and you share your journey, and that's how you connect with your people. And it's such a great journey. So here we go. Are you ready, Allie?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my screen just went. I have my screen. Okay. Number 1, 5 things about you.
Okay. So I'm a mom of 2. I've been coaching for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in February. I went to university, and I have a degree, a business degree, and a certificate in human resources. Love dance. It's always been in my family. I grew up dancing. My daughter dances. I love it. And I've always been into fitness, although you don't have to have a fitness background to be a coach. I've always been into fitness. My parents own a gym, but I've always struggled with nutrition. That's my big thing. Love the wine. All right, you're up.
Okay, so I am also a mom of 2 boys. I have a biology degree. I've been coaching for 3 years. One thing I'll say too, Allie and I are both full-time coaches. This is full-time jobs for us now. I've been coaching for 3 years. I was diagnosed this year with inflammatory arthritis, so it affects numerous joints in my body. I was not into fitness before I started on this journey, and I pretty much couldn't stick to anything that I ever tried unless it was dance, because I also grew up dancing. But when it came to fitness, I just never ever stuck to anything. I tried quick fixes, and I would fluctuate, and just fitness was never my jam. Those are my 5 things.
Cool.
Okay, next question. Allie, why did you start coaching?
I started because I wanted to lose the baby weight. I had still 20 pounds after my second baby. I wanted to lose the baby weight and earn an income while doing it because money was very, very, very tight. And I hated being dependent on someone financially. So that's why I started, but that's not why I stuck with it. Okay.
Am I going to ask you why you stuck with it, or is that
no, we'll keep going.
Okay. Okay. So I started coaching because of Allie. So I watched Allie on social media for 7 months before I joined. I had never talked to her about it. I just kind of watched in behind the scenes, and I saw her going on these trips and being a part of something, and she was getting results and she was earning income. And I was like, okay, like I want to check that out. And I went to something just like this, and I initially joined. Well, for one, I had just over 40 pounds to lose. I had a 6-week-old. My youngest was 6 weeks old, so I was on maternity leave, and I had 40 pounds to lose. So I wanted the accountability, but I really wanted the community. So being a part of like this, and I was just stuck in the mom thing constantly, and I didn't have something for me. But not even a week into it, it turned into like, because of the potential and the possibilities it could do for my family, because money was ridiculously tight. So it grew into something more. Number 3, scariest thing about coaching before you started?
I would say definitely putting myself out there. I didn't have a selfie on my phone. I remember my coach said, Allie, I want to introduce you to the team. Send me a picture of yourself. I'm like, I don't have a picture with me. It was always me with the kids, me with people. Like I never had a picture of myself. And the thoughts of having to like take a workout picture and post it scared the crap out of me. But I did it anyway because I knew that's how we relate to people. They need to see us in the picture. And you know what? After I posted my first post, it wasn't so scary anymore. This business is all about getting uncomfortable and doing those kind of things that make you like, but it grows you as a person. And now that's how people, they see your face, they relate to you. And personal development as well. We focus a lot on that. That's also helped me get over the, like, what will people think of me thing? Because you know what, like you can't put your fate in someone else's hand. Like who cares what people think of you? So, but that was the scariest thing at first for me, is just like putting myself out there.
Yeah, I think this question is always so relatable to people who are thinking about doing this. So my biggest fear when I started was like, what if I do this and I fail? Mm-hmm. Is really like, I wasn't that nervous to post a picture on social media. I was posting pictures of my kids and sharing that already, but I was like, what if I do this and tell people I'm doing this and then no one joins me? And that was a pretty big fear of mine. But I just focused on my journey. And I swear to God that kickstarted my business. Like I was so committed to myself, no matter like my baby doesn't sleep. And I was like, I got to get my 30-minute workout in. And I just shared that. And as I shared that, I connected with so many people and it built my confidence. I was like, okay, it's not that scary. Like people want help. And what I'm doing is just showing up and I'm inspiring them. So yeah, definitely just putting yourself out there and being nervous that you would fail was probably my biggest fear, but you get over it quickly. And the biggest way to get over it is to just do it. Like Allie said, you learn that in this business. Okay. So something you didn't expect that you love.
So that's totally the community. And I was a mom of 2, and Leo was 5 months when I started coaching. I didn't realize what I was missing. So I knew I wanted to lose a baby weight. I knew we needed money. Like that was easy, that no brainer. I didn't know what was going on with me mentally. I actually remember rocking Leo in a rocking chair one day before coaching, and I was like, I had the phone in my hand to call the doctor. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I'm like, maybe I need antidepressants. Like, I was just in such a funk. I was losing who I was. Like, my whole day was singing lullabies, making snacks for my toddler. It's just like, yes, being a mom is amazing, but I was losing myself at the same time. And I was like, there's got to be something else. Like, what is there? So when I became a part of this community, and I started when I did a challenge group, I had never done a challenge group, so I didn't experience any of the community part. And I was put into that. It was like my daily little ray of sunshine to check in with my team who was like supporting me. If I had a struggle, they were like jumping in like, Allie, you can do this. Like, let's go. And the community of our challenge group. So like our challenge groups, it's the same kind of thing. You have all these women and people surrounding you, like crushing it. And you see them working out and you see them succeeding in their business. And you're like, okay, it motivates you. And being like in my group of friends, you know, like when you're around some women, it's not always encouraging and positive, and they're being catty and stuff. And coming from, I do have a real estate background, it was like, if you know something that's going to grow your business, you don't share that with anyone. Like, you hold that to yourself, and you're not sharing your success. And it's kind of like a catty business. So when I joined this, I was like, this is so refreshing. Like, all of my team is sharing what's working for them with me as a new coach. And that's what we do now too, is we share everything we learn with our team, because when you lift up the team, everyone lifts up. So that's what we want to do, is like help everyone grow their business together. And that was just such a huge thing for me. I was like, I didn't realize how much mentally that was going to help me grow as a person, just to be surrounded by such an amazing, positive community. So yeah, that's mine.
Okay, so my biggest surprise too, hands down, is the people that have come into my life. When I started coaching, I was living away from like my hometown. Funny thing is, Allie and I are both from the same hometown. We went to high school together. So if you think the world isn't big enough, we live in a really small town.
Yeah,
it's big enough. So I was away from home, and I never really had like I had really close girlfriends here, like back in Nova Scotia, but I didn't really have that like big connection with people in Ottawa. And when I became a part of this, I have more friends now that I talk to I see them on here, like I get goosebumps. I talk to them every single day, and they've just become such a big part of my life. And I think the biggest thing too is that I've become a leader. And that's not something that, like when I worked in the corporate world, I was not somebody to step up and like take on a project or take on a task. I was the person who would slide under the radar, because I was like, if I do this, I'm like, nobody's going to really notice me. I don't need to take like ownership of really anything. I just do my job enough to like be there. But like when you get into something that you're super passionate about and you love, and you can't help but share it with other people, like, yeah. So the community, and definitely like I've grown into being a leader, which is really surprising. So yeah, that's probably like the biggest thing that surprised me.
Yeah, it's not like you start this business thinking like, oh, I'm going to be running these team calls. Like, that's not where you start. It's scary as heck, you guys. Like, we didn't start by doing this and being this confident on calls. Like, I would be shaking in a nervous little like heap. Like, I can't talk on a call. I remember my first call, I was asked, I'm like, and I said 5 words, I think. And that was it. So yeah, don't think you need to start and just jump into this role, and now all of a sudden you're running all these calls into you. So.
Oh, I think I was 3 months into coaching, and I spoke as like a guest on a call, and I got off and I was like, I was terrible. Oh my God, they're never going to ask me again. Like, but you grow into it. And we always say, like, just hope you suck less the next time.
That's right. Yeah, you're going to suck at first anyway.
Okay, so next question. How long before you earned a paycheck?
I earned a paycheck in my first month, and it was $240. So I earned back the cost of my challenge pack. So when you sign up, you just need to get a challenge pack, which gives you every tool that you need. So you're going to get all of our workout programs. You're going to get our Shakeology or another supplement that you want with it. It comes in a pack, and then you get your coaching fee waived. So when I signed up, I was $2,000 over the max on my visa, like zero money. And I asked my coach, I'm like, so like if I sign up and I decide this is not right for me, I can quit at any time, right? I'm not going to owe a bunch of money because guys, I could not afford it. And she was like, no, Allie, you can cancel anytime. I'm like, perfect. And then she said, your goal as a new coach is to earn back that challenge pack price in your first month. And I was like, done, let's do it. So that's how we teach on our team, is we set up our training to show you guys how to come out of the gates running and earn back what you pay for your challenge pack in your first month. And that's what I did. So $240 is what I earned the first month.
So Allie and I are basically the same person, because I also signed up with a maxed out credit card and like no money. And I didn't tell my husband until like 3 days later. But my gut told me that this is something I had to do. So for me, my first paycheck came in my second week as a coach. I can't remember how much it was, but my first month as a coach, I earned $140. And that was huge because I was on mat leave pay and my husband was laid off from his contract. So a family of 4. So any extra income was definitely beneficial. Great. Next question.
Driving factor too for me, because I was like, I am so sick of saying I can't afford it. I'm like, this is my opportunity to build as big of an income as I want to for the price of a challenge pack. I get to build a business, which this year is almost going to hit 6 figures, which is insane. And we'll get more into that stuff later. But just know that, like, by saying yes to it, you can do whatever you want with this business. It's crazy. So I always hate when people are like, but I can't afford it. And I'm like, that there should be your reason to be like, let's do this and grow this business. Okay, sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Okay, what's the most exciting thing you've purchased, Allie?
I don't even want to say it.
What is it?
A glass of wine. So I got surgery and I got some boobs. I didn't say the word boobs. But you know what? That was on my goal list. And my husband is like so uber cheap. He's like, if you're getting them, like you're paying for them all and you are putting none on credit, because like we couldn't afford anything on credit. So anyway, that was my first goal as a coach. I'm like, I am going to earn enough. And I did. They were $12,000. And then a year and a half into coaching, paid for them in cash. Yes. And yeah, it was just like a purchase that I've always wanted to have because I've worked hard on my body. And you know what? After 2 years of nursing and they're like deflated, I was like, yep, that's what I'm doing. So that was my fun purchase.
All the moms are like, okay, yeah.
They get me deflated.
It's so funny. So for me, I mean, I think like there isn't like one big I guess I'm on it. I bought a MacBook Air with 1 week of pay, which would have never happened. I didn't have a computer for the first 10 months of this business. I just used my phone. Like I didn't even have a computer. So, I mean, that was a big purchase, but it's not even that. It's just really what I've been able to do, I think, because when I started, my passport had been expired for 5 years. Like I never went anywhere. I never did anything. And now I've been to New Orleans, Nashville. I've been to Indianapolis, Mexico, LA. I was just in Vegas last month. And now we're planning we're going on a cruise and I'm bringing my husband for free. And yeah, so many opportunities. And I think that's what really came into it from this. And I haven't used a credit card in a year.
What? That's amazing.
Bam. So
wow.
Yeah. So that's a big thing.
That's huge. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. I'm supposed to ask the next question. Biggest paycheck in 1 week.
Okay. So my biggest paycheck, let me just put it into perspective first, because I know some people are probably like, oh, that's big. I can't earn that. So when I started as a coach, I wrote down my first income goal was to earn $50 a week. So I could put gas in my Jeep without having to use the credit card. That's where I started. It was $50 a week. That's all I wanted to earn because I'm I need some extra income. So I'm almost into it for 4 years, but my biggest paycheck to date was in May. For 1 week, I earned it was right around $7,000 for the week. That was exciting. That was a very exciting week. That was a great month too, actually. Oh, and I wanted to add too, because I should have said in my most exciting purchase, we actually just built our house in November. So that actually, it wasn't like a purchase that came right from Beachbody, but we would never have been able to build this house had I not agreed to be a coach, ever. Like, it was so far from being in the cards, and we just built it in November. So, okay, that's my 2 cents.
Okay. So it's funny because when I started coaching, I think Allie, about the time I started coaching, Allie was 7 months or 8 months into the business. And I think you were earning like around $700 a week.
Yep.
Or maybe more. And I remember telling my husband, I was like, could you imagine? Like, that would be crazy. My income goals were just like whatever I could get in was amazing. It was a plus, right? But then I started to see the potential, and you start to set goals. So my largest paycheck was also May of this year, which was a really, really, really good month. And it was $5,300.
That's awesome.
And that's insane. That's insane. It's just insane. But yeah, it takes time.
Sometimes wrap your head around to think that.
Yeah, it takes time. And I mean, there are people that, and not every week looks like that for me. I just want to say that too. It's not like not yet. I'm not earning $5,000 a week. But what I do want to say is, like, everybody builds at a different pace too. So there are people that earn income more than this earlier on in their journeys, right? And then some people takes it longer, right? Like, everybody has different goals, and some people never have a goal to quit their job and do this full time, and they love their job and they just want a side income. So it really depends on what the goals are and stuff too. And income disclaimer, it's different for everybody, and it takes consistent work. I have to say that. But yeah, that's crazy when we talk about it. And I'm also on par to be very, very close to a 6-figure business this year. Like,
that's so crazy.
So every year, I've doubled my income in this business, which is insane, because I never got that in the corporate world.
No, it's like 1.5%. I used to get 1.5% raise. I'm like, well.
Yeah. Okay, so Allie, jaw-dropping moments.
This one's hard. Jaw-dropping moments. Okay. My first time I got a message, I'll never forget it, is a message that someone who was never in a group of mine, but it was a couple months into coaching, and she messaged me and said, I just want to say thank you for sharing your journey, because I lost 10 pounds just by following and seeing you show up for your own journey. She wasn't even in a group of mine, but just by me sharing like my struggles, because I was home with 2 kids and I was like doing a workout with a baby on my hip. Guys, I was nothing special. I was just sharing every day how I was getting it done. And she said, just by you sharing that, I lost 10 pounds. So thank you. And I was like, that hit my heart. And that was like, that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to help other people. Like, I don't care if there might be somebody that hates one of my selfies. Who cares? It's those people that see what you're doing and they're like, you're making a difference in people's lives, whether you know it or not. And that feeling is incredible, that we get to help people change their life. My second one is on a happy hour call like this. I won't say who it was. It was another coach that I was doing it with, a few coaches. And she was talking about, and I never knew this, so she was talking about how she suffered from depression and anxiety big time. And she joined as a coach, and she was probably 2 years into the business. And she broke down. She said, honestly, if it wasn't for coaching and all the work I've done with myself since coaching, she said, I don't think I would be here today. And I was like, it hurt my heart, but I'm just like, this changes you as a person. And it's amazing what just being around positive people, working on yourself physically though, and mentally, like, it will change your life. So those are my jaw-dropping moments.
I think there's been so many over the years, and I think just in general, the messages that you get, like that people thanking you and like what you've done, and really all we've done, like we've shown up for ourselves and we've shared these tools and we've given people a community to know that they're not alone to do this. And like people need that. And then I've had a girl that messaged me, she's a coach on our team, she's not on here, and she's lost over 100 pounds. And that's because we connected at one point through social media and she joined. Like I helped somebody lose, I mean, don't get me wrong, she did all the freaking hard work, but like I was a part of that. And like, and I see Sonia's on here, and like her story is she's lost 70 pounds like in like a year. It's just insane. And she's inspired me so much. And when I was going through my diagnosis and stuff and I was asking her questions, it's just like those things that really, really touch you, and you really realize like you're helping people make a change. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Let's talk work, a day in the life of a coach.
So I will mention, like Lindsay said, we both do this full time, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek of how I started and a little sneak peek of what I do now. But I don't want to run out of time, so we got to go kind of fast. So when I first started, 2 kids, my second baby never slept. Lindsay can also relate. Like I legit had to take his stroller in the house and go up and down the hallway all through the night. And then I would be like laying on the corner of my bed, rocking it. And it was terrible. So anyway, that's how I grew my business. I was up all night anyway. So I had my phone. I would YouTube. I would learn about the training. I would check in with my groups here and there. I probably spent about an hour to 2 hours a day total, like little bits of time throughout the day, because you guys, we have so many little pockets of time that we spend scrolling social media when you can be growing a business. It's crazy. So that's how I did it in the first year, is just in little pockets of time throughout the day. Now I do this full time because I earned enough in my first year. I didn't have to go back to my other job, which I couldn't stand. And I never wanted to show up on Monday. And now I love Mondays. They're actually my favorite day. So now I do this full time, but I still get to drop my kids off at preschool, daycare, do the dance mom thing, drop them off, pick them up, be there when Layla gets off the bus. So I work probably 35 hours now, 35, but I pick and choose when I want to work. If I want the day off, I take the day off. I'll have a nap. I'll have a bath in the afternoon, whatever. And I'll work an hour at night like I am now. Yeah, so that's what my day looks like, but we always have to incorporate like our own fitness. That comes first, our fitness journey. We check in with our online groups. There's usually some kind of training you can do, but you do it at your own time. So you make it work depending on what your life looks like, because everyone's life is different. And 99% of the coaches on my team have full-time jobs, have kids. So don't think that just because you don't hate your job or whatever, you can still keep your job and rock this. And we have many coaches that do, because they might not join just to grow a full-time income, but maybe they want a side income, or just to be a part of this community, or just for their own fitness accountability.
It's so funny. I don't know where we were. We were somewhere together last week or something, and somebody was on the phone. Allie's like, she could be growing a business right now. I don't know where we were.
Taekwondo. She's sitting there playing like games on her phone. I'm like, she could be growing a business right now instead of playing that game.
Yeah, but my days in the beginning looked very similar. My son was terrible at sleeping. He was brutal, and I just worked in pockets of time. And my husband knew my goals and knew the possibilities and the potential. And when we sat down to watch a show at night, I would sit and I would work, right? And I mean, he was okay with that. He's like, hey, cool, you're going to bring in a paycheck? Like, I'm okay with it. And yeah, and then it's grown to now I do this full time. And well, this week has been a disaster. Like I haven't worked as much this week because the kids are home 2 days, and then I was sick, and then I had appointments. But that's the beauty of it. So I probably would say I work 25 to 35 hours a week. But again, we get to pick and choose. And I don't work much at night anymore. I have too many episodes that I watch on Netflix now. I'm getting into that. But I can do that because I have the time during the day to do this. Okay, we're running out of time. So next question. Future goal with the business.
Okay.
Or life goal.
And yeah, okay. So your goals will change over time. So like I said, my first one was $50 a week. And then it was like, okay, I want to earn enough to pay for a house cleaner. So once I started like checking things off my list, it's amazing how you see your goals grow. It's like, wow, look at where I'm setting my goals now. So now I really would love to have a cottage, and that is going to happen. We're going to have a cottage where I can spend like, I want to stay there all summer and bring my laptop, sit by the lake, and I can picture myself in the seat. It's a little yellow chair. Sit there and work. And like, I can work during the days. I don't have to go back. Like, that is like, I have this dream and vision. We're going to be at the cottage, the kids are playing, and I'm going to be able to work during the weekdays when they're off school. And so cottage, I want to go take my family to Disneyland, pay for it in cash, and take my family on a family vacation every year. So we travel a lot as coaches. You probably see us on social media, like probably 3 to 4 times a year for like different coaching events, and you earn trips, and it's so much fun. But I want to take like my kids on big family vacation at least once a year and do that. So that's my goals.
I love it. Allie, I think maybe we should just run into what's next. My goals are amazing too, but I don't want to run out of time.
It's not going to cut us off because they just sent me a thing saying you have a free gift and your option is unlimited.
Okay, then I'll talk about my goals. Okay. So yeah, when like Allie said, they evolve over time for sure. I have my vision board behind me, and I say this on every call because for me, it's like I could say that like I want like all these things, but there's some experiences on the board that are so simple. Like I have a picture of a family of 4 eating at a restaurant. Like that's how simple it is. And I look at that and I'm like I don't want to, if I don't want to cook, I want to be able to say, okay, you know what? Let's go out to eat as a family and not stress about what is in our bank account, because I lived like that for so many years and I never had that opportunity to do that with my family. So like that's on there. And like this is so funny. I have fresh flowers on a white table on my vision board, and I have a white table in my kitchen, and I just want to be able to buy fresh flowers for my home because I like them and not have to worry that like, oh, I shouldn't buy them because I have to do this. And so it's like those little things, and I know those seem super simple, but they mean a lot to me. And then it's just experiences. It's the family vacations. It's all of that. Like I have big goals. I mean, Allie has inspired me so much. And like the goals that I set when I first got into this business, like they were little income goals, obviously. But they just like, when you realize the potential and like what this can do for you, like the friggin' world is your oyster. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll have a place in Cabo, like a vacation rental. I don't know where it's going to take us, but it's just crazy.
And I think it's important to mention too, like I have a vision board here. Like we never had vision boards before we started this. Like yeah. We have vision boards now. We do personal development, like things that you will dream bigger than you ever have before. And it's about not settling for average, which is what so many people do. And they live paycheck to paycheck and they think that's normal. It's normal just to look forward to 1 vacation a year, if you can do that. It's normal to wake up on Monday and hate work and look forward to Friday and like count down the days, like 2 days to Friday, 3 days Friday. And then on Sunday, dread going back to work tomorrow. But it doesn't have to be your normal. It doesn't have to be that way. And like, think bigger for your life and be excited about what you're doing. And that's what I love so much about this is I can actually say like, I love my job and it gets me excited. And like, how fortunate are we that we get to say that? But you guys all can too. Like, it's amazing. Okay.
It's so true. I'm all fired up now. Wait. Well, I think we've already, the last question was like, how has coaching helped us? But you guys can see, I think, from everything.
Yeah, we've had huge transformations and kept it off. That's the thing. Like, I've always been into fitness, but had never had the accountability like I do with this and the motivation to keep going on your fitness journey. So it's not just like, oh, you do it for this and then you quit for a bit. So, okay, let's talk about what's next. So we have training set up. And you guys, you take it at your own pace. So if you decide, okay, yes, I want to join as a coach, like what do I do next? So whoever invited you to this call, connect with them. They would tell you how to get set up. So if you've had a challenge pack in the past, some of you probably have, then your enrollment is essentially free. You just paid $50, but you get it right back because you bought a challenge pack. If you've never had a challenge pack before, then that's what you would sign up with. And like I mentioned before, you get all of our programs, every program Beachbody has ever made, P90X, 21 Day Fix, Quarter Force, Body, like all of them, plus all of our new ones that come out with a supplement with it. So you're going to get everything you need to get yourself wicked fitness results. So if all else fails and you decide, I don't want to be a coach, you can still get wicked fitness results. And you get a 25% discount on any of our stuff going forward. And also, I'll just mention when you sell anything too. So when you run groups, you earn a 25% commission off anything you sell. And then as you grow as a coach and your clients start getting results and they start getting clients too, because people are like, what are you doing? I need to know what you're doing. Then they join them and then you start growing a little team. It just kind of organically happens that you start growing and then you start earning team volume bonus. So that's another way we earn income. So just a side note, because you're probably wondering, like, how do you earn the money? And there's more videos on that too. So if you're still curious and like, how do you earn money, let us know or let your coach know and we'll send you another video. We just didn't want to take up all the time with that. So we have a new coach training. So you will get every tool you need. So social media is in there. How to grow your network is in there. How to even like organize your Facebook so that like when you're sharing about it, how to post on social media, you will learn about your back office. Like everything you need to know is in there. And guys, we all started at ground zero. So you can learn this. We've all learned it. And you're a part of a team that supports you every step of the way. You have a question, you post in our team page. Like there's tons of coaches there like helping you out. You'll join up. We run team challenge groups. So it's not like you have to sign up and do this on your own. You're part of our fitness community, our fitness family, and just don't think you have to do this on your own. So we have a date. So if you guys decide you want to sign up as a coach, if you enroll by next Wednesday, that's the 21st, so next Wednesday night, then you will get a spot on our new coach call. So we're going to do a call on Monday, the 26th. So that is going to dive deeper into like a little bit more about the training, but really do one-on-one with you, answer your questions. So if you have any hesitations or if you want some specific answers, that will be a perfect time to get our time on that call. So that'll be Monday the 26th. So sign up would be by November the 21st. So make sure that you reach out to whoever you invited to by then with any questions, and then we'll help you get enrolled. Anything else, Linz?
No, I think that's it. I'm all like fired up talking about it now.
Now I just got to do some more work because I can't go to sleep now. Do you have any questions right off? I'm going to check the chat. No, Tiffany says, hi, Steve. That's all I see in the chat. And
hi, Steve.
If you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself too. We have a few extra minutes. Are we all good?
I think we're good. I think that was awesome.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye, Steve.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.